Blam! Nope, this guy doesn't have the key I need. Whabam! No, some bones there, but this guy doesn't have the secret vault key either. Whismash! Yes, this is what we're looking for, the vault key. Time to get the treasure. Uh-oh, there's a guard. Gonna need a little distraction here, I think. Hey, mate, this is a restricted area. Gonna need to see you pass, mate. Right, we just put our key in here, and access granted. Yes, the sweetest treasure of them all, McBacon. How are you, friend? I missed you. Yeah, I'm here to rescue you. Managed to pull off a heist and everything. Yep, so how do we get out of here? You don't know, but I only figured out how to get in, not out. We're stuck here? Okay, well, it's not so bad. Let's see. I spy with my little eye. Something beginning with V. Awesome fun! Hello, you wonderful dudes, dudettes, and dudes who defy description. I am Oz. This is Awesome Fun, and welcome to our agency Fortnite build. Over a series of tutorials, I will show you, block by block, how to create everything you see here. The buildings, terraforming, interiors, vehicles, and even a secret vault. Every episode is chapterized to help you navigate to where you need, and all the materials are listed in the description. This is a close approximation of the Fortnite agency, but not 100% exact. Thanks to Ashton, who requested this build in the comments. Right, let's get into it. Well, hello there. Just a quick reminder before we get started with the tutorial that this is part number 4 of 3 of doing all of the interiors. Oh, I'm behind the banner here, of our agency build. So if you haven't already, go back and check out part 3. Card on the screen right now for you. And in that episode, we finished off right here at the conference room, adding the chair on the opposite side that we can push this button and drop people to their doom. So we're going to kick off from where we finished there and start on the other small building. And this is such a jam-packed episode. We've got the building over on the other side. We've got offices. We've got the secret vault. We've got secret tunnels. There's so much stuff. So of course, as always, you can feel free to check out the chapters below and jump around and find exactly what it is you are looking for. But enjoy the tutorial, and I'm so hyped to be doing the final part of this build. So our next thing to do is to take care of this building over on this side. But we're going to start not up here, but down below, where we've got this little basement area, if you remember, that we placed in. Now, the first thing we want to do in this basement is grab our smithing tables and fill in the roof just on the 4th block there. Basically the top one from when we put in the building plans in the previous episode. And we're going to fill this whole roof in here with smithing tables. This one as well. Of course, this one down here has its own roof from the floor above. So let's get that filled in for a start. So now we've got our roof in place in both rooms. I'm going to show you all the little things that you're going to do to get this ready to be decorated. So first of all, we're going to place in 4 pillars here. This is just sort of show you where they are, and they should go up to the roof like so. So just 4 in the kind of center. I'm toying with changing this to a double door, even though it's supposed to be a single, because it's kind of driving me crazy. We also want to here punch the wall out just by 1. So you're going to just take this out, put brick behind there, and punch that little bit out there by 1. Then if we come to here, we're going to cut from on the second in from the door all the way along 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then all the way to the back wall, and then we'll take all of this out as well. Clear this area. We're going to do another pop out of the wall here. This time we're going to come out by 2 on this side. So that's just in from the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th block, 6 and 7. Take them out. Take them up to the roof and just pop this out 2 further back. Then from the right hand side of this archway, we're going to basically fill this area in. You can make it solid, you can do whatever you like, it's just not needed. this area here that comes forward for a total of 5, and then this direction for 4. Now then in front of that you can take out the going 4 in front, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way. Punch out this whole section as well. Also, if we come to the back here, come to this back wall, come 1 in, and we're going to take out 1 in, and then 3, 3, and 3. So we create a 3 by 3 hole here. So those are all your tasks to do up there. Now if you come underneath, we're going to place a pillar, 1 in from the edge of this hole here. Then we're going to leave a space of 3, another pillar, space of 2, another pillar, 3, and another pillar here. Now this wall section that you've got up here, you can actually go ahead and bring this down to the bottom. Now you can leave this open on the inside because this is going to be a cupboard. So those are all your things to do to lay out this floor. You can also actually, this maybe isn't done in the other thing, you can one back from the stairs just pop out a 2 wide wall so we can fit some shelving into here. So those are all your tasks to do amongst this area. Take a good note of them and let's get this laid out. So here's all these popped out bits and pillars added. This little extended bit out of here, all these bits cut out the way they're supposed to be, the pillars added at the bottom, and this wall extended down to give us a second cupboard. Now we're going to add in this bit here. This is a sort of air conditioning machine. I've put my own little riff on it so that we can do some special stuff. Because what we want this to do is this is going to be like part of the tunnel system. At the end we're going to go around and add in all the secret tunnels around the place. But this is a sort of bottom entrance to it. So you want to create a tunnel that you're able to crawl through that's open at this end here. And we're going to extend that right up to the roof. And we can put a ladder in there, and then once you go in here you'd be able to climb up to the top. So you want to put this in at the bottom. Just want to center it on these 3 blocks in the middle, and then you want to put this around the top here, 1 block below, put a sort of 4 plus shape with the open block here, and this is another bit you're going to extend out to create another tunnel that will join this one at the end. And that means you can both enter from here, and then once we add a trapdoor in here, you'll be able to enter from here as well. So I just tend to do this to sort out my trapdoors, get it in the place I want, and then easy like that, we'll just be able to get right through. So I want you to go ahead, extend this out until it connects to here, and touch this one up until it reaches the roof. Then you'll be left with something that looks a little bit like this. Now we'll just grab some iron bars and we'll fill in these bits here with iron bars, and probably coming up here as well. Not all the way, just one above the bottom one, one below the top one. So let's add in a little bit of this. So there we go, that looks pretty nice. Just added a bit just to make it look like a more mechanical sort of thing. So we've got that nice air con vent. Now we're going to come to this 3 by 3, come to the center block in the middle at the back, and build up an andesite wall. And now you want to take it up to the roof, and then we want to bring it across. And this is just designed to look a little bit like a sort of pipe, I guess, just to add a bit more detail to the room, make it feel more industrial. You got a kind of low headroom from the pipe there. Then we'll come over to this bit here, and you can see we've got a plus just in this corner here. We're going to make that a double wide plus, and we're going to put a trapdoor in the center of it. And this one doesn't actually lead anywhere in our future plans, so you can do whatever you like. You might want to put like a magma block in there, make it look fiery, or just another grey block in the back to make it look more finished off. I don't know. You might want to open up, put a black block in there so it looks like it goes further back. Then last thing we want to do while we've got the andesite blocks is just fill in this stairway under here, make it nice and solid underneath. Again, just making it a bit more industrial down here. Now we're going to add one of our sort of gantry things around the edge here. So we're going to build ourselves the same kind of thing that we've been doing a lot of, which is using our end rods, string in between the end rods, and then we're going to use grey carpet here to make a sort of little protective fence to stop you falling down. into this area. And I do think it would be better to make this look more industrial and not use the end rods like we have done in a decorative way outside. However, I do think that we need lighting down here. It's hard to get lighting, especially in this top bit here, and this is going to provide a good amount. And there we go, 2 very nice protective fences. Again, you can play around with whatever kind of spacing you would like in between yours. Now it's time to go around and put in lots of little decor around this place. So the first one's nice and easy. Come to this doorway, look across, 1, 2, place a tripwire hook. Why? I don't know, because it's there in the map, I guess. Then we're going to come to this one here and count down 1, 2, 3. And we're going to place an end rod facing down. We're then going to come this way and place... Oh, let me come back just a little bit. An upside down observer like that with a lever on it. And it's just to look like machinery. It's just stuff that's there in the map that we're trying to replicate. So that covers this way, nice and simple. Now we'll come into this room here. On the left hand side, we're going to grab the beehives, and let's try to make sure, yeah, we place them in such a way that you can't see the actual like entrance to the beehive. Not that there'll be any bees down here to worry about, but you know, we might just want to think about that. I think they do look very box-like. You're just looking for anything that kind of looks nice and boxy. So we get a nice pile of boxes facing there. Then if we come to this bit here, we're going to put in a nice set of shelves. So we'll put shelf there, and we'll put a higher up shelf there. And this means we should be able to place stuff if we grab a couple of things. Yeah, we can actually place things on this bottom shelf, but not on the top one. So we'll just place a couple of objects sitting around in there, maybe another one of these here. Great thick blocks, so they really look like parcels, so they really fit in well. Now we'll also put, I think, another storage box on the edge here. Again, you can vary up which of these designs you like. We'll go with a bit of orange terracotta with the trapdoor of the jungle variety in front of it. Then we'll turn around to this section here, and I think we want to kind of put in a sort of technical looking device. So I think we'll start by putting down, shall we say, that's going to stick out to here. Yeah, we'll place 2 end rods here. Then we'll put on top of them 2 hoppers, like so. And then we'll have 2 end rods facing this direction, is sort of as if they're sticking in. Then I think what we'll do on this side is we'll put in our 2 backwards observers. So if you remember from upstairs when we made the surveillance device, if you put 2 observers facing backwards, they flash. So we put 2 of them in behind there. They'll connect with those end rods and be flashing. That'll be pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty funky, like some kind of technical device. I guess the stuff down here is probably things like maybe air conditioning units and other kind of technical stuff. And I think we'll just put a couple of these boxes in here just to make the space nice and filled up. Then, of course, here we've got this lovely thing here too. So I think that room in here is looking pretty good. Now mostly done in here, but we'll come up to the back, and here we're going to place just a couple of cauldrons with iron trapdoors just to act as kind of like barrel sort of things. So we'll just place them a bit randomly like that, and we'll also chuck down one of our orange boxes in here too. You can't exactly make the boxes look, it's the finer details you can't get from the map, but you can do kind of the broad strokes of colors of things that are in Fortnite. So that covers us for up here. We can then head downstairs, and down in this room here as well, we're going to put in 2 more of these things here. Just like this, with the trapdoors on top of them. Then I think we can also probably do a little bit more detail onto this big air conditioning thing by getting some jungle trapdoors and maybe putting them on here to look like vents. So we'll put them on this side, and even though you'll probably never see it, we'll put them on the other side as well. There we are, and decide to actually flip the bottom one so that both these handle bits are touching together in the center. Now we're going to spin around to this little bit underneath the stairs where we're going to be able to put in another big shelving unit. And now you kind of know sort of how it works. You can just go ahead and basically put on these things whatever you want, whatever goes well with your build, or just the same kind of things we've been using so far. Things like storage boxes, random plant pots, that kind of stuff. So there we go. That's all this bit done. Now, what I think we need to do for the final bit is I'm going to take out these torches, have a look at the lighting, see if there's anywhere I think, you know, maybe needs some kind of additional lighting. I'll embed them in and let you know where I put them. And of course, we'll need to put the doors on, just our usual, finding a similar block to use as an upside down stairs and a dark oak door in between. But the basement is looking base-tastic. So here we go, we've added our doors in and we've put in some lighting. So what I figured was the best way for lighting, because I really just, you know, there's only so much lighting you can hide under carpet, under the floor. I decided that we put these kind of acacia trapdoors in front of sea lanterns just right at the top of the roof. And I just put it in here, they were able to match them up quite well. So just put them in sort of wherever they were needed here. And this place seems to be lit up reasonably well. We just did the same in here, some along this side here, some along here. Again, these are not Fortnite map accurate, but we need lighting. So I don't want to come down here and have everything we've done blown up by a creeper. It really freaks me out. Then I also decided to add, because we needed some lighting in the middle here and there wasn't anywhere really so good to put it, so I decided to just add these things here for decoration, but they're mainly for the light from the end rod. I also put 2 of these hoppers here as well with end rods on them, along with some more of these lights down and around the side here, and then some of these back onto here anyway, so we got plenty of lighting in there. So that makes our sort of awesome little basement ventilation equipment room all sort of finished off. And the last little finishing touch we need out here is just to put a roof in. So here's the roof we're going to do. We're just going to come here, look, 1 2 3 on the 4th away from this first step. We'll put upside down stairs, slabs, upside down stairs. That'll get us all onto the same level. We'll do the same thing at the other side and then just fill the rest of this bit in here with quartz slabs and slap on, of course, our iron trapdoors to the top. Oh, bottom, technically. A lovely completed corridor. A bit cramped here, but you can get by. You can get by. That's the most important thing. So the basement's finished. We can now move up to this area. And the first room we're going to put in is this large office on the ground level. So I've marked out the edges of it for you. You're going to come to the edge of this doorway here. Come 1 2 3 4 5, and then on the 6th going to place 1 white concrete and then mushroom stem for 5 high. This is going to, we'll just leave this open for now, okay, leave this bit open. Then a gap of 5 altogether, place another one of these pillars. Then if you just follow the line of the pillar, you're just going to put it in right where it touches the wall. And on this side, you're going to put it in again here where it touches this wall. And again for bearings, that's on the 3rd one over from here. And what this will do is it will allow us room here to put in a wall around this staircase and a wall around this staircase as well. So you're going to fill these walls in, just basically running down here, nothing there, and the window remains as it is. So our wall's in place there, but you know something I feel that we should push this back just by 1 to here instead. You will have to leave this one here because it is an external wall. But I think we should make this wall come back 1 more instead and be here, because it'll give us just a little bit more space to work with in there. I also decided that this top part here, this glass bit, I did have this as this wall, but I think it looks better just being the normal bricks. We're also going to replace all the floor inside here, so remember to do this 1 over as well. We'll replace this entire floor here with light grey concrete. So just fill that in there and let's move this wall 1 over to give us a little bit more breathing room. So there's our moved wall and light grey concrete floor down there. So I've come up here to these balcony bits because, as you can see, we need to make a couple of changes to the original way that we laid this out. So you can see that this is the wall for underneath. So we can actually bring this back by 2 all the way along. And if we have a look down here, you can see this is where the wall's going to be. because this is the gap in between this bit of stair here where we can build a wall basically in between. So we'll have a wall here and we can bring this back. Now what that means is that we can cut this back by 2 as well, because we're expanding it by 2. So we can cut that back as well. And this is just going to help the balcony actually be able to like not feel cramped and to be able to look out over things. So once you get rid of this bit here, what you're going to want to do is grab yourself some upside down stairs, and we'll just do it here for the moment to give you the example. So don't go any further along than here at the moment, but you just come around here with the stairs. We're going to come along, obviously this will be cut in. So let's cut these bits out and I'll bring the stairs round. There we are. Now I want to create more space so that we've got enough space to hopefully fit this around. And as long as we're still keeping a width of 2, we should be okay. So hopefully this will be the right pattern. Let's test it out. Only way to know. Some of that you won't see there, but that's looking better there. Let's have a look from down here. Yeah, that's good. We can just change this end block probably just to be brick. Doesn't need to be sticking out like that. So yeah, that's looking a lot better. But I think that we can probably afford to pop this out by 1 more, because we want to have some stairs lining the underneath there. And we don't want to cover up this entire pattern. So why don't we just pop this 1 more line out along here. There we go, that's looking good. And that'll take us, yep, right around. And it connects up well with here. And I think, in fact, why don't we just do this and expand this out a little bit here, just to neaten up where the windows are. The same, this window for the moment appears to just be going into nothing. So let's just neaten this up just a tiny bit. Excellent. We'll need to do the same thing here. So we'll deal with that as we go up to this next level. So at this point, we're just going to make this balcony here be the same as the one underneath. So you can just duplicate it and make it the same. I see you there, man, messing up my terraforming. I've never had so much trouble with Enderman as in this build. So there we go, we've got the 2 balconies looking the same now, one above the other. Now the next things that we can do, along the balcony, we're going to use the same railings that we've used in the main building. So that is iron bars with grey carpet on the top. So obviously this connects all the way along to the edge here, and the same above the top there too. The other thing we can also do is we're going to build a wall. We're going to build a wall, and it's going to go all the way from down in this corner here. So just to the left of this one, all the way up to the very roof, cutting through everything. And you'll want to build a wall from here all the way along, all the way around here, and all the way till here to help start encasing these staircases and to finish off this edges here. So your 2 balconies and your walls. So nice walls and nice balconies. So the next thing we can do is we're going to add in some walls here from this on the 1st and 2nd levels. And here's the gap that you're going to want to leave. So counting 3 from the side, then on the 4th and the 5th, leave a gap, and you can build walls right to the top from there. And just for another 3 in this direction, and you can bring this right up to the top. So I'll show you what I mean by bringing it right up to the top. You bring it right up to this floor here, leave the same gap here too. This is going to be a doorway that's just going to have 2 upside down stairs actually on either side of it there, like a little archway, and there'll be 1 below. And you're going to have 1 here on this side as well. So on this side, you're going to build this wall here out of just plain quartz, all the way from here to the very top. This out of bricks, this wall's here, and on the other side, adding of course in your good old upside down stairs to make little archways. And you can also, once you've added this wall in, you'll then be able to extend. You can actually cut out this, now that we see how far it needs to go. We can instead fill this entire remaining space here with polished blackstone slabs. So here we have a whole bunch of lovely balconies, all with the floors extended out and looking really nice. Another bit to do as well is this stairway in here. We want to divide these stairs in two, make them two kind of separate rooms. So we'll build one wall of bricks going up this side, one on this side, and then I'm just going to fill the center with stone bricks because you won't see it. And you know, I've traded so much quartz to make this, so much quartz, and I'm afraid I'm going to run out before we finish. So build these walls up to the top. Okay, now have walls in place on either side of our stairs. Now I want to show you all the last little tasks that we're going to do to lay out this floor. And we'll start from the bottom here and I'll show you what we've got to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a wall from here to the roof all the way along this side, all made of quartz bricks. That's what goes in there. You'll also notice where there'll be a bit missing out on here. This is going to be not a wall that goes all the way along, just build it up from top to bottom. And the same on this side, and we'll build a little archway in here later on. You also might want to just make this look nicer at the side by doing that. Again, that's kind of up to you. So if we come on to the next floor, and this is pretty similar between the next two floors, just to the left of the stairs, you'll find again one of these gaps, and you're able to fill this in all the way across and make a wall, and this will make one office. So just make this one wall for now. Then we can, on this side, we're going to connect this to the window. This will get a little bit messy, but we'll figure it out. We're going to take a wall all the way along this side here until it reaches here and up here, and a wall down here. So basically a wall from the right hand side of the stairs all the way along to two away from the door, and then bring this wall on. This will give us another office building within here. Office building, just office room. So that'll give us two offices so far. Then it's just the same thing on the top floor. We'll put this one across here, this wall all the way across here. That'll give us another office in here. And the same to the right hand side of the doorway. Place a wall along this way and just connect it here. And this will give you another office once you connect the stairs in the same place. It's easy to know because the wall's in the same place here as it is below. So it's easy to match these things up. Then once you've done that, the other thing to do is come to the left of these windows here, and we're going to break out all of this here. All the way from this block here, all the way along, and again, you'll know it's two to the right of this right hand side window there. And we're going to open that up, and that'll give us like just a little balcony thing and help to open up these windows so they don't feel quite so enclosed. So let's go ahead and we will build up all of those walls, and then this place will be nearly structurally built up. So here we go. We now have a lot better laid out area. A much better laid out area in here. You can see this is looking real nice. Then if we come upstairs here, we can start to see some of the rooms in here. So this is obviously a total mess right now, but don't worry, we will correct all of this when we come to decorate the rooms. All of those window blocks were just temporary. Then we've got this office, nice space in here for that. Then again, we can go up the stairs. So many staircases in this building, it's funny. Then this is the bit we cut out and cut open, so that is looking good. And here's another little office, a bit smaller than the one before, much lower ceiling. And if we come and have a look around this side, you'll see we have another office, little one on this side here too. So the next thing we want to do is deal with some of the windows, not the windows inside the rooms, just leave them just now. We'll deal with them on a room by room basis, but we want to deal with these windows here and these windows that go down the side of this staircase, because the internal blocks we've used, they were only temporary to help us when we were designing the outside. So one thing to do is take this design here with the railing and the upside down stairs and the grey carpet, and let's put that along this edge here, along the front of here, and along the side there to put a nice railing around that window. So that's one thing we'll do. And then when it comes to these windows, what to do is just lift one of the many designs that we've used so far in the build. So if we go back and have a look into the main building, just this bit here gives us you know, 3-4 different examples of styles of window that fit in quite well with the build. So just grab some of these designs and apply them to there. I'll take you back in a second and I'll show you what I did, but this is where you can get your window inspiration. Here we are. So we've got a nice little balcony bit here with some windows. Nice and neatened up there. And what a difference it makes just when you do this little bit of neatening up. Then if we come around here, this is how we've gone for this window here. I decided to pop this bit out because I did want to have a bit of uplighting hidden behind there. We've obviously got a bit more work to do in the stairways, but that's mainly kind of lighting stuff. And also went for this kind of backward stairs in the Pac-Man formation, reverse Pac-Man and normal Pac-Man with the slabs above and below to create that nice little shape that you've got there. And again, a little bit of lighting at the bottom as well. So that's those areas looking nice. Now let's turn to the ceiling in here. Now what we want to do for the ceiling, I've done a little example for you here, is we're going to go for upside down stairs around this edge here, and then we're going to fill them in the middle with quartz slabs. But I'll also place, and I'll wait until I put the whole roof in, and then I'll do a bit of counting and work out. We're going to place some more of our thingies, sea lanterns, with iron trapdoors on the bottom. But I'll show you once I place the roof where I'm going to place them, because I'm going to have to do a bit of sort of counting to see how best to fit them on. But that goes all the way through the entire bit here into here. Now another thing to do here is take this wall back by one, take this one out and replace it with a pillar like I've done on this side, and that'll create a nicer entrance way. And then you can bring it round and you can do all in here as well. Here's our lovely looking roof all in place. I'm really pretty happy with it. It really does, every little bit you do finishing it off makes it great. So what we did down here is we basically came in 2 from the end, and on the third one we put a block, then a space of 3, a space of 3, a space of 3, space of 3, and then 2 the same at the end with a double light. It looks a bit funky at the end here where this expands out a bit, but can't really be helped too much. Then I just divided off these sections, so on either side here went with the upside down stair, slabs in between upside down stair, and then upside down stairs around the inside, and just put lights out into the corner of both of these areas just to make them a little bit more visually interesting. Then what you'll want to do is take that same design and pull it up to the upstairs. Now because of the floor here, it actually works nicer because you get these lights really nicely recessed, but you want to do the same thing up in here and underneath here to get this all nice and finished off. You could also put in these archways around every doorway for all the different stairs, and then use a combination of slabs and stairs just to tidy this off. You'll find that they look messy a bit like this, and so you'll want to neaten them up just as is needed as you go around. And you can feel free to bring these rails to top bits of the stairs. I've done that in a couple of places here just as a bit of a finishing off sort of gesture. So with that, these areas will be looking real nice and starting to look real finished off. So we also then want to go in and sort out the walls in our offices. Now how we're wanting to do that, I've got an example for you here. On the first level, this first floor here that leads out into this balcony, your office is going to be 2 acacia wood facing straight up like so, and then 3 quartz blocks, and then you're going to put yourself some clay for the roof. So fill that in and that'll look real nice. Now when it comes to the windows, you'll just continue the pattern around the window. But what I think looks a bit nicer, because otherwise these offices feel a bit like cells, is if you take the bars out of there, instead replace them with these fellas here. I just think it looks a little bit nicer, not as sort of intimidating. So you'll do that in this office. I've done this one just to show you what it looked like, so you can see what I mean. It looks, yes, just amazing. It totally finishes up, changes the room completely, finishes it off. You've got nice views out of the windows. And see what I mean? When this was bars, it just felt like you were in prison. And then when it comes to the next floor up, you're just going to do the same thing for the 2 offices up here. However, they're a little bit different because of where the windows are. So what we do here is just 1 acacia and 2 quartz blocks, because there's not as much room above. And then what you'll find with the floor below is it'll look something like this. So you'll just want to place a little slab there, and it just makes the window a little bit recessed. And again, you can take these out, pop these in, and what I did was put in a sea lantern here to give the window some illumination. And just, it feels like mobs just might spawn in that space once it's set in. So that gives you the idea of what you need to do for that. Don't forget there's also an office through here on this side. So that's 4 offices in total to do. And they're both essentially the same, just the bottom one has 2 acacia and 3, and this just has 1 and 2 because of the height. Don't worry about this. We'll cover this up as well. So let's get these 4 offices lined up. Here are our finished offices, looking really nice. Couple of interesting compromises to make because of the window, but it still works out well. Nice room in here. Then of course you've already seen this one here. If we head up to the next floor, the slightly more cramped offices, you can see our little recesses. It actually looks quite nice, even though it is a bit tight for space. Then we can also come around here. Now this one's slightly different. This is bone block for no other reason other than I'm almost run out of all quartz varieties. And we're quite close to the completion of the build, so I decided to instead just make this one bone block. You could do any combination of these that you like. I would actually think that the quartz would have maybe been better, but we're getting short on materials, so let's go with that. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is something again that I'm going to kind of do off camera and then show you what I do, because it's lots of fiddly little bits. What we're looking to do is now get all this area lit up, the floor all laid out, and we're going to do combinations of things like sea lanterns underneath black carpet, maybe bone blocks, maybe polished andesite. I'll see how I feel and what sort of fits in. We'll get this floor sorted, and also if you come back to this back corridor here, what you're going to want to do is come to the center 2 blocks, 3 on each side, and then the center 2, break these out, and this is going to be a little doorway, and this is actually an entranceway into here. So I'm also going to put in probably a lot of, where's our sort of winged lighting. See this lighting up here, the kind of wing lighting I call it. We're going to use a lot of those probably in these stairways and along the top edges of these balconies there where it's still pretty dark and it's kind of hard to use the floor lighting. So it's time to go in and get all of these places nicely lit up so we can put in the fine details. So let there be light everywhere, and let me show you how I did it all. So we used a lot of different combinations here. We used things like the trapdoors and the sea lanterns that you've seen a lot. Along this entire bit here, we've gone for the sea lanterns underneath the carpet here. All the way around here. It's a shame it just doesn't quite work. I tried putting it here, but I didn't think that looked right. But that gives you the lighting there. We've used lots of our, I'm going to call them wings of freedom lights, because that's what I think of them as in my head, around this place. A lot of these lights to give us a lot of side lighting and just stop the quartz can look quite dark on the wall. Then we've used the same thing going up the stairs here. Again, here we're using a lot of the lights hidden underneath the carpet, a lot of the bone block in the center of the kind of ring thing that we've been doing. More wings of freedom. Same here, sometimes having to make them double wide like this in these instances here. We've got, again, same thing going up on the top here. Then when it comes over at these balcony bits, we've gone for this kind of ring shape with the lighting underneath it here as well. Same kind of thing out on that one down there if I didn't fall down to my doom. So this is looking great. Lots of lighting everywhere. I think it's all lit up as much as it needs to kind of be. I think it is all lit up. And we also took care of this staircase as well. Don't forget about this one and all the staircases. We just popped in some of the lighting there. It's still a bit dark here, but yeah, I think it's okay with the carpets. Hopefully we won't run into any mobs that will smash us in the face. So that's all of our areas lit up. Now we're going to come to putting detail on. We're going to start in this office room here. And the first thing we're going to do is place in a bunch of desks. Now I've used these things to help us see where they should be. But if we count in one in from this end here where we've got this light, we're going to start with a filing cabinet that we've used a couple of these. We're going to have one of these here, and I think we should also have one of them just sitting right here as well. Now the filing cabinets, remember, are quite straightforward with their handles. They are item frames with the carpet upside down like so. Now remember, we do want to turn them invisible, but I'll do it on this one, right? And then just to remind you what we do, and then I'm going to do it on all of the things that need it done after. So if we come to this 3 block here, so that's counting up 1, 2 on the third one up from our filing cabinet, we're going to then place a desk just like so, nice and easy, and the same kind of desk in this section here. So 1, 2, 3 on the fourth, you're going to do a desk here, and then once you count another 1 and 2 basically in line with these lights here, we're then going to put in another desk. Then there's just 1 more after this. No! Okay, that's fine. And no! Okay, it's fine. Right, so then we're going to put in 1 more desk now. I'm so almost out of quartz. It's scary. It's scary how many tens of thousands of quartz have gone into this build. So this desk here, that'll just kind of line up with this corner of the window there too. Now, are going to have to go and get quartz because we're going to put seats in here made of quartz that'll just sit in front of the desk like this. But I might make them out of a different material because I've only got 2 quartz stairs left. Or I might have to finally bite the bullet and go and trade. Okay, I found a tiny bit more quartz, so we can keep going on this, down to about 8 left or something there. So that gives us our desks there. Now we'll once again with the desks give them all desk drawers by putting on these item frames and then putting the grey carpet in turned upside down because I really like those. And we'll also give all of these desks the keyboard that's made out of rail as well. So do that on all of the desks. And we'll also, if you should hopefully, I've encouraged you now to have got this player head mob where you can buy all the mini blocks. It's really great, and yeah, it gives you these funky little mini blocks that don't look anything like computer monitors, but let's pretend. So make sure you check out that in the video description if you're interested in how you can add that. So you know what to do, add all these things in and let's get it sorted. Here we go, and you know what I think would be really good, I forgot we even made this. Our computer monitor banner from earlier. Isn't this the perfect thing for here? I know this one won't be able to have one, but this the boss sits here, so it just pretends to do work. Doesn't really need a real monitor. But how good is that? It's just the perfect thing. So we've got all the monitors going on in here. What a lovely little office. Now a lot of these elements that we're using here, and we've used in many of the other offices, are what's going to feature heavily in our other 4 offices. So once again, these little offices up here are so similar that I'm not going to show you me doing absolutely everything. What you are going to do in this place is you are just going to give yourself a desk in each of them, maybe filing cabinets. It can be whatever style you want it to be. So this is, you know, the desk. And if we can apparently I haven't made enough of them. You can make the desk and chair just like so. You can put the things on the desk. Just like this, you know, and you've got yourself a little desk for there, and then you might want to put a little chair for a visitor to sit down on or something there. So you can play around with variations of this, variations of filing cabinets and things in here and in the offices. You've also got one in here, 1 and then 2 in the identical places on the upper floor as well. So you can just go ahead, fill in these. I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you what we got. Right, let's take a look at what we have put in. Don't forget now, we're at a stage where we can put the doors in, always remember. So here's what we've gone for in this office. One of our little bucket chairs, added the heavy weighted pressure plate for more detail on the desk. Gone for a couple of these lamps to help light things up, but in here the ceiling is high enough for us to put one of these on, and we've got painting in here as well. So that is what we went for in this office. If we now come over to this one, you can see we went for a slightly bigger, like more technical looking desk with the chair as if it's against the wall with the banner. Then we've got a little seal / clock on the wall, and quite a big light we went for in this room because there was no room to put anything really on the ground there. So that's this office. Now we can head up 1 more floor to see the last 2 offices. So this one here on our right hand side, these ones are quite tight. I went with these kind of interesting acacia lights just to make sure the place was lit up. And how good is the mini blast furnace? Looks just like a kind of computer hard drive, isn't it? It's great. So that is our office in there, and then the last one we've got is around here. And with this one, I actually went with hiding a painting. There's a painting, a sea lantern even hidden behind the painting. I won't take it off because it'd be a pain to put back on, but there's a sea lantern hidden behind there to help with their lighting, and we used a bit of the jungle trapdoor to cover up these levers. But that's all those offices done, and so now what we can do is add in a couple of little details that go just scattered around this area. So the first thing we're going to do is come down to this balcony that has the door into there, and we will remember while we're here to put the door on. So the door is going to be on this way, just like so. So we've got a nice door there, and then what we're going to put in the corner here, and this, I really love this design, it's really funky. In here there is a water cooler, and to make your water cooler, use quartz pillar, stripped warp stem, and it's great just because of the shape and stuff on top of it, and then just a warped button in front of it. So this problem, I'll fix this later on, and that gives you a water cooler. How good of a water cooler is that? So I'll come back and do something with the lighting here, but I love that. Now next up, we're also going to place basically plant pots around the place. I won't, again, I'll just do a quick edit on these. I won't make you watch these things being built. So there we go, we've got one there. So there we go, our plant pot complete there. Now on this wall here, we're going to put one of our big seals like we've got outside. Just like that. You know the logo, you've seen it in lots of other places. Works really well there, nice little feature. Now we can come through to this area here, and I think in here it would probably be good to put some stuff in here to decorate this up. So let's get our white carpet, our iron bars, and here we can place just a little bench if you're hoping to sit somewhere. And perhaps we'll also put up a little painting, I think, somewhere on here. I'm thinking Vigo the Carpathian would look good around about there. Oh, on the first time as well. Ah, nice little Vigo there. Now if we come downstairs, we're going to put in a couple of our security cordons at the door that we've used in the main building. So as always, remember to put this door in here, the double door. And on this side and this side, we'll place our white things, our quartz stairs, and then of course 2 white concrete, and then you put some blue stains, glass panes in here, make this invisible, and you have a little security thing that scans people as they enter. Then just here, I think we're going to place ourselves one of our little storage containers, because I believe that is there on the map. So we'll do it on this side. 2 dots there, 2 polished blackstones dot there. Also fun little play feature, not intended but quite good. Just a little storage container that sits by the door. And that rounds off all the final little details in this area. So we really just have one more room left to do, and it's a fun one. And before we get to designing the room, I wanted to show you some of the technical things that are going on behind this room. So this is a special room in the agency map. This is the vault room, where you've got your vault that you can get a key card to gain access to, and there's turrets that shoot at you when you come down. So I wanted to replicate this a little bit, and how I've done that is we've got dispensers here with fireworks, and you'll notice if you can just about see them on the floor, we've got a series of pressure pads. So this is a bit like Indiana Jones, you know, only the penitent man will pass. If you skip through the pressure plates, you can get to the vault, no problem. But if you step on one, depending on which ones you step on, the ones in the middle will tend to set both of them off. The ones further closer to a dispenser will set that off. And you see, it does do some damage. I haven't put that. You could put much more damaging fireworks or things in here as a way to attack people. But I like this as a little feature. It's pretty fun. So once you pass by this, you can then get to the vault, but you can only get into the vault by a key. So here is our agency vault key card. So if I grab that, throw the key card in here, the vault will open. I can then come through and bing, bang, boom. I should get the key card, if I'm lucky, back in my inventory, just like that. And we've got ourselves a secret vault with a key card entry. Now, regular viewers will know I'm not a redstone person. Most of the redstone I do is stuff I take from tutorials or just stuff I've learned over the many years of playing Minecraft from other people who know it much better than me. So you remember a couple of episodes back in one of our How to Improve Your Minecraft Worlds, I shared this tutorial for the 3x3 piston door, which is what is this big chunky thing is here. So feel free to go and look back in that episode. Hopefully I'll remember to link that particular tutorial. That'll give you the 3x3 piston door. And then how I've modified it to accept a key card is we use our Impulse SV item sorter. Again, I've shared this tutorial as well many times. There's an item sorter that only accepts the agency key cards. Once that comes through here, and again, the other caveat I always make for Redstone is I just hodgepodge this together as best I could with what I knew. I bet there's much more tidy and efficient ways to do this than the way that I have done it. But anyway, so when the item comes in here, we take a signal off the side of here and boost it up, and that's what powers the door to open the door. And then the key card is sucked out of here through this very messy long hopper chain that you can see until it comes all the way around into this dispenser that then detects there's something in it, sets itself off, and we've got a little bubble column in there to take the items out. And again, the same with our launchers. Their launchers are so simple. They're just, when you step on the pressure plate, it says the signal to this redstone. I've very messily edited it so that it will hopefully power signals to the right places and set the fireworks off once. So again, I'm not a redstone expert. It's messy redstone, but it does exactly what we need it to. And I especially love the key card vault. That is awesome for getting in. So those are the technical things that we've got in this map. However, we're now going to have to turn to the fun part, and that is decorating this baby. So here's what we're going to do in our first decoration. We're going to take care of the floors and the walls, and as you can see, there's a couple of pillars. So here's how you do the floor. The floor is in sections of 5 by 5. So we do 5 of the grey concrete around the edges, and then in the center we use light grey concrete. So if you just keep copying this one 5 by 5, you'll find this pattern can replicate across the whole floor. Now we're going to make the walls light blue terracotta in here to give it that kind of industrial feel. And what I would maybe do is, for now, we can take it up to, let's say, well, let's take it right up to this edge, and then I'll work out the difference in these two textures in a little bit. So get the walls done, the floors done, then you've got 2 pillars. How you do is you come to the edge of the stairs, you come forward 4th on the 5th block, place your first 1, 2, 3 and 4 of the polished andesite with the cyan terracotta reaching right up to the top. Then you do the same thing, come to this one, come down on the 5th one, you then place these 4 with the cyan going to the top. So let's get this bare bones of the room put in place. So here the floor and walls are all in place along with our pillars too. Now the next thing you want to do is take care of lighting this place up. Here's the pattern for doing that. You just put 4 sea lanterns into the corner of these 5 by 5s, cover them with grey carpet. Then at the top you just copy the same 5 by 5 upside down, polished andesite stairs round for 5 with a plus shape in the center that has your slabs, and then you put in your sea lanterns with the trapdoors just like we've done before, and you'll just be able to repeat this pattern throughout. Get rid of these torches at last and get the roof finished off. So there's the patterns there and there, so just duplicate them up. Okay, here we go. Everything is finished off. You can see roof wise, floor wise, looking nice. Here's what we did on the vault side. Just extended this grey bit out just to make the vault seem more substantial, give it a bit more prominence as well. And you see we've used a mixture of different kinds of pressure plates. Oh, that one doesn't actually work. Need to fix that. I've probably broken something while I was fixing the floor. And now we're going to put in our little details. Now this is a lot of things that we've basically used elsewhere. So we're going to start off with a desk, and the desk is going to, let's see, how can we do this? Yeah, get rid of you temporarily for the short time. There we go, and get this one into place, this back. Then we can get a slabby in the middle there. There we go. And this is just another computer desk, so we can do something like that with our keyboard, and then make our keyboard invisible, just like so. Then of course we'll put some, I like to put the handles on the desk. I think that looks very cool. Lovely. And then last of all, we'll of course need ourselves a little chair. That might pop that off. Yeah, she left that. Okay, a little chair there. And this is the person who's going to check you out when you come in to the place. Now, if we turn to this corner over here, we're going to put down something kind of interesting here. We're going to get 3 iron blocks and place them this way. Then we're going to put 2 handles on this thing, just like that. And then we're going to put 2 buttons on top. And it kind of looks like a ghetto blaster, but I just think it's an interesting object. Just trying to recreate as much as possible what you see in the actual map. And then lastly, we're going to place just here a little filing cabinet. Just, again, same one we've been using a bazillion times throughout the rest of the map. And there we go. Those are our little decorations for this area completed. So the last place that you'll want to... Oh no, I forgot. I keep forgetting that they're there. The last place you want to decorate is the vault itself. Now I've gone to try and make it look a little bit like the actual vault does. However, you might want to do something different. If you're using this as your base, you might want to use this place to keep your diamonds and your other valuables. It might be whatever, but I've put in these kind of random shelves, a little bit like what's in the game. There's a crate here. Normally there's like a yellow crate here in the Minecraft, in the Fortnite game, but can't quite get that exact thing in Minecraft. But here you go. Here's the vault room. It just uses the smithing table roof, the cyan terracotta, the light grey concrete as well. And these basic little things, most of which we've kind of built before. And then you just have a button here, of course, to get yourself out of this place when you are done. Now, that is genuinely everything, except we've got one last task to do. But I just wanted to show you this. Through this door here is a room. I never actually saw in Fortnite what was through here. I never actually went here in the couple of games I played. And all the walkthroughs, I never actually found out what was in this room. So this room is not a Fortnite room. It is a room for me. This is my working room that I have used throughout the build. You can see there's our banners that we've had to be duplicating, that we've used quite a lot of, hanging around the place. Here's what is left of our many materials and our tiny amount of quartz that's left over at the end as well. But this, in case you wondered what is in this room here, this is just a room where I have my own very sunburnt looking face. With everything I needed while I was building the room. So let's now get on with our final task. Okay, here's the final task that we're going to do on this build. So we need to add in these secret tunnels, and here's how the tunnels work. I don't know, again, caveat, if they're going to the places that they go in the actual map. I'm not sure. You can do what you like with them, but I think they're really fun. So the way I set them up is by putting a dirt block in first of all, putting our acacia trapdoor in front of it, and that just makes it easier to place. And then how you build these things is quite simple. Polished andesite is our ventilation shaft. So what you would do is this one is going to connect from here in a U shape round to the other one. Now this is the shape. It's just an open plus shape. Where are you, zombie? You better not be down here. You sound close. This place should be spawn-proof. And you build on top of it like so, right? So you've just got your plus shape open in the middle. And this means that when you come to do actual ventilation, you get thingy down. And if you keep this the whole way down, you'll crawl around until you come out the vent on the other side. So we're going to connect this vent here over, what's the pressure plates, to connect up to this one here, just by using this open plus shaped vent method. Now there's quite a few around the map, so I'm going to go ahead and place them now. You know how you do them, and I'll show you where they all go. Okay, now we're going to go on our little tour of secret tunnels. So here's this one here down in the basement. Now where this one takes you, and I think this one's pretty cool. This is a double one. Once you come out here, you'll be back to full height, and you can get back through this one if you want to. But the lower one you can't. But this one's really cool. You climb up here, you open this trapdoor, float through the water, and where are you? You're in the main foyer. That's really, really awesome. Then if you come back to the same room, this lower bit down here, if you can find the right bit to jump on, there we go. You can come in through the bottom level of here. It just takes you to the same place. But as I say, you can't climb back through that. You can only climb out of that. But how fun is that one? And another one then, while we're in this area here, if we come, I'm all turned around, if we come over here to where the vending machine is, there's another one. And please, in the comments below, tell me if I've missed any and tell me where they're actually meant to go, if you would like me to redirect them. And you can do this in your own one. But this little one here behind the vending machine, we follow this one, and it takes us through into this little lounge area. Then we can come out of the lounge area into the conference room with the dropping chair, over to this corner next to where we keep the super secret supplies. This little one takes us outside to here. Then what's the last one I can think of is this one here, just in this section here. And this takes you out, again, it had to be a bit of a weird build, into this toilet, which is in this conference room as well. But you can't actually get back out. It's a little bit tricky. If you lower that down, it becomes a ladder, and that too. Then you can climb up to the top. Then if you flick them, you can get yourself crouched down and out this way. So lots of fun secret ways to go. And as I say, if I've missed any, feel free to let me know. Another completely optional thing that you can add to your build is, of course, characters. Because with a build like this, for me, this isn't a base, it's not a farm. It's just so that I could show you how to build it, help inspire you guys, and have something cool and awesome to look at in my world. Now, regular viewers will know I'm a big fan of the armor stand mod that allows you to create and pose characters, and the more mob heads mod on, well, it's not really a mod, it's a vanilla tweak, that's where they're from. And you can always, in every episode, check out the description for links to the data packs and mods and things that I use. So let's go take a look at what I've done. Here are our sort of regular guards. Obviously no guns in Minecraft, but we've got our crossbows. And I didn't quite have enough skeleton heads. They're actually quite difficult to get because of the lack of thunderstorms. But we've got a bunch of them, so we've added some guards here, patrolling the perimeter, keeping guard. And I put most of them on the inside, because when I started placing these, I just realized how much build there is. You can't even render the whole thing at the same time. It's crazy. And so we've got this guy standing to attention here to inspect people coming in, and another guard who's just patrolling the other door down at the bottom. And if we come up here, we've got dudes standing looking on the balcony. I had to start varying the heads up a little bit, so maybe these are like tougher guards once you come in here. And we've got this dude here, still not completely mob-proofed this place. At least this guard is kind of interactive, yeah? I had to let him go. And again, up on the top floor here, we've got a couple of more guards. No, I'm sorry, we don't need this guard here. Catch you later. All these funky patrolling guards going around on the inside, but the things that I really had a lot of fun adding in were the players, because this is a Fortnite map, so I wanted to simulate the start of a Fortnite game. So our first person, let's see if we land here, is here. This is one of our players coming in, and this is my version of the kind of default, I hope, Fortnite glider. It's, yeah, not too bad. It's very small scale. I like to try and build things small scale, and I think it gives you the sense. And with the armor stand there, you've got what is as close to a noob default Fortnite skin as I could get, flying in there. And it's really cool the way the armor stands help add that bit of sort of dynamic movement to it that you can't really get from the blocks. So that is very cool, and this has to be my favorite. This is the umbrella that you can use to land in Fortnite, and here we've got a player landing in. I'll come around and show you him from this side. This is my favorite one. Isn't he great? And these, I haven't included obviously how to make these. They're really, really simple things to make. This, for example, is just 4 carpets on top of string with the oak fence with an iron bar in between. And a trapdoor on the top. And yeah, I love him. He's hanging on there. Hanging on for dear life. And the last player that we've added in is already landed and is down here gathering resources to start playing Fortnite. But I know this is going to be controversial in Minecraft. He is using the axe, the pickaxe, yep, to get the wood. I know, controversial, but it is true to Fortnite, if not Minecraft. And you know, this video is about bringing the two together, sort of, and building cool stuff. Look at this guy up here. This is great. And that's the end of our tutorial for the day. And how awesome is it to have completed all 4 parts of the exterior and all 4 of the interior as well? What an achievement. And if you've been building along at home, you are awesome. Congratulations. But we're not quite done with Fortnite yet. We still got the reboot van, the chopper, and the motorboat to come. So join us next time. We're kicking it off with the reboot van, which is going to be awesome. And in case you were worried about me and McBacon, don't be, because we're not truly trapped. There's in fact a button we discovered on the left-hand side that McBacon's pretty desperate for me to press so we can get out of here. But thank you so much as always for spending this time with us. We've loved spending this time with you. Take care out there, folks. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, McBacon.